Biggest mistake people are making in this Walmart Birkin bag conversation is that they're not understanding that the Wirkin bag is just a Trojan horse to a bigger conversation that is going to happen very soon. Louis Vuitton pulling out their most coveted pieces from the archive and still needing to gift influencers this product to sell. All the way to the artistic director of Hermes teaming up with 60 Minutes to do an entire piece specializing on why it takes so long to make a Birkin bag. From LVMH investing into Pauline to Coach being a very popular brand, if you can't see right now, the 16 chapels being drawn in front of you, and you're seeing where the color is going to be drawn for the photo.
Tuadior, yeah, you on fire, need 100 days, something that you can't ignore. All these songs support, slaying is a chore. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tuadior Mialka, and I want to welcome you to 2025.
i.e. 2025.
Honestly, actually, 2025 has actually started out a little crazy with the weather. Like, have you guys seen the weather in the West Coast and on the East Coast? But speaking of crazy, today I wanted to talk about the Hermes, the Wirkin,
The Walmart Birkin.
and kind of what this trend means, what are people saying about it, and kind of the debate about luxury and its place in our modern day society. Walmart came out with this bag that is very similar to the Hermes Birkin bag. And you know, Birkin bags have really had a lot of popularity in the past 3 years. I know a lot of celebrities have been showing their bags. Cardi B was really big on bringing that Birkin bag. And a lot of people have really seen the value. And Birkin bags were really created to be that well-to-do bag. It was supposed to be high quality. You could wear that bag wherever. It could fit everything. It was the it girl bag. And that was the intent in the designing of the Birkin bag. Walmart came out with a dupe for the Birkin bag that is similar to some extent of the Birkin bag. And so a lot of people have been buying the bag and reviewing the bag.
Hey, I don't mind wearing fake stuff, but yeah, why did Walmart ask me this? Hold on. I asked me this because y'all can see this. Hold on. Y'all can see this. They can't tell me nothing. They can't tell me nothing. They can't tell me nothing. Yeah. Why am I about to purchase a motherfucking Birkin? Why am I about to purchase a motherfucking Birkin? Hold on. Where you going? Honestly, it's getting carried away. It's actually getting scary. Birkin dupe?
But then we also have a lot of people who have been critiquing the bag and talking.
Companies purposely put their product offerings outside the average person's budget in order to keep certain demographics from buying their items and then call it luxury. And I would believe it's luxury if people weren't easily finding alternatives to these products. So your product itself is not that unique. So it's not that the actual product itself is luxury quality. They just prefer to triple the price of what it's really worth, charge you more for it, because they much rather lose out on you purchasing than to have you have it in the first place.
And it was built to last. Nowadays, you watch the housewives, those women have like shelves full of these bags, all different sizes, all different colors, every limited edition, every different kind of leather. They've got it all. That is not about having a bag that you are going to use and that's going to last and that you're going to like integrate into your life. That's just about a status symbol. That's just about displaying your wealth. And so it's like, to that point, people are like, well, why would you want the Walmart one? Why do you want those? Why do you want those? Because it's actually the same thing. People are buying the Walmart one because it's at an accessible price point, and guess what? It makes them feel like they have something luxurious, something nice, a little bit of a status symbol. It's the same thing that people are doing when they buy the real ones. It's the same exact thing. It's just that this is accessible to them. And if you have a problem with that, I think that that just really goes to show that you don't care about having nice, high quality goods. You don't care about using the things that you own. You just care about showing people how much money you have. And I think you need to. That being said, I've seen so many people who bought the Walmart bag who are like using it for their work bag every day and they're loving it and they're like, it's really high quality and I'm using it for everything. That's what it's supposed to be for. That's what it's supposed to be for. The people who are buying the Walmart bag are not the ones who are changing the rules. The people who turned the Birkin bag from this iconic, lifelong lasting, like great piece of well-structured, you know, fashion construction, designer construction into a status symbol. You guys are the ones who changed the rules, not the people who are buying a bag that they can afford and using it.
But before we get into this conversation, one thing that was kind of irritating me a little bit in this conversation is that the definition of luxury, dupe, and counterfeit. So luxury is all about the exclusivity, craftsmanship, and status. It's about owning something rare and well made, like the Hermes Birkin bag or the Chanel bag. These items aren't just accessories, but it's symbols of wealth and success. Whereas a dupe, these are affordable, inspired by versions of luxury items, and they give you the same look without the hefty price tag. For example, the Walmart bag is a dupe of the Hermes Birkin bag. It's legal and doesn't pretend to be the real thing. Whereas a counterfeit is illegal copies that try to trick you into thinking they're authentic luxury items. They copy the logos, the branding, and everything else to deceive the buyers. And there's a lot of ethical concerns regarding counterfeit because the labor expectations to make these bags, the intellectual property theft, and the funding illegal markets. Dupes and counterfeits are not the same thing, but they both tap into our desire of luxury.
Okay, I'm gonna just put this to the side.
A lot of us really love the dupes, especially of really expensive bags, because it makes us feel like we're in proximity to that. You know, it's not necessarily the Chanel bag, but it kind of looks like it. It's not really the Van Cleef bracelet, but it kind of looks like it. And we kind of buy it. And then some people just straight up just buy the thing off Canal Street in New York, okay? Socially acceptable to have a counterfeit. It's like you don't want people to know it's counterfeit, but they kind of know it's counterfeit, but they just kind of turn a blind eye to it. Unless you're somebody who flex like you have money and then you have a counterfeit. It's like, but it's like for us regular folks, it's kind of like okay that we have a counterfeit bag. Bother us. Why do we need to have that counterfeit, right? Why do we need to have the dupe? And I think that it's because of that proximity to luxury. We want to feel like we belong. We want to feel like we have some status, but we know that we're not at that higher level financially, but we still want to feel like we have something because we have accomplished things in life. We do want to look good. We are inspired. So why can't we have something? And I think that that's where dupes fall in the middle between counterfeit and luxury. Now, I know that there's a lot of discourse in the fashion space about luxury brands really trying to annoyed with the counterfeit. I know that in even France, it's like illegal to have counterfeit. Like they're not playing games with you. And how the counterfeit industry has really affected luxury brands. And I don't think it's a problem that they will ever fix because people will constantly look for that bag, look for that status, look for that. And it's never going to stop as long as bags are being made. As somebody who has, you know, bags, real and not so real bags and dupes, I think that people should have the ability to wear what they want to wear. People have the right to show that they have something nice and get nice, but I feel that people should question why they're wearing the things that they want to wear. Why are you getting the counterfeit? Why do you truly get the counterfeit? Because you want people to think that you have a bag that you don't have when there's probably a dupe or another less named brand that is probably cuter than that bag or will fit with your outfit. I'm personally not somebody that's too big on designer. I think I have like one Louis, I have one Fendi, I have a Prada, but I don't really buy designer bags that much because I feel personally that sometimes designer bags can be less original, and because everybody's gonna have that. Think about the Telfar brand that came out back in the pandemic days, associated with like exclusivity. Everybody started to have it, and I think that that's the issue that I have with luxury, is that luxury can become so basic. I think that we're losing our individualism when we chase after luxury. Live in an aesthetic culture where you have to fit a certain mold. You can't be up and down with your looks and your fashion. You have to be in a certain way. You're either a baddie or you're either like an e-girl, you're either like a soft girl, you're either like a mob wife, you're all these things, right? Or you dress like a cartoon character, or you dress like a Y2K. It's always some different type of look that you have to have, or some type of aesthetic, but that's not real life. I think that we're inspired by so many different things, and we can't build our lives off of aesthetics because things are trendy. I think about the makeup community. When I first started doing makeup, it was all about the bold eyeshadow, sharp contour. It was heavy makeup. And then in the 2018, when Fenty Beauty and all that stuff came out, people started to minimize. And then people are now concerned about how natural can I look without too much product. Now glam is now coming back. So it's like, if we keep changing our things based on the trend, and some trends, some fashions don't look good on everybody. And it's like, you shouldn't do what looks good for you, do what works for you. And that's something that I'm learning too. But have your own personal style. It's okay not to wear designer brands or designer clothes. Like, it's okay not to wear those things, but it's okay to wear those things, if that makes sense. But don't feel like you have to wear those things to fit in or to show that you have status and symbol. I think the best people that I really look up to are not the people that have a bunch of designer cars and designer bags. I actually think that's very tacky. I think it's the people that have like a really nice distinctive personal style or personal branding that's really strong. Those are the things that stand out to me, or the type of things you can do. And they always like to say that wealth is not always what you have, but it's the things that you get to experience. Desire for luxury should never overtake our desire to be true to ourselves. And if you don't know what your true style is, or you don't know what you like or don't like, you need to sit down and think about that. This 2025, I wanted to go through a huge, rebrand. I'm, in my mid-20s, I want to do a whole rebrand. And as I've been sitting down, I'm like, what is my personal fashion? What do I like to wear? What does look good on me? And sometimes what looks good on you and what works for you is not what's trending. This interesting controversy shows where we are at as a society. Is I think that as a society, we always blame social media. Always, oh, social media is making us think that, but it's also in our everyday lives. We want to be close to wealth. We want to be seen to success because we see how well people who are successful and wealthy, how they're regarded and treated in society. And if we have this bag, we can show that we're rich and we have money. But at the end of the day, who are we proving that to? Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. So there's no need for us to, strive for that. If you like the bag, if you think it's cute, buy it. But don't buy it because you think that, oh, people will know that I have this and have that, because you're only doing it to impress others. You're not doing it because you want to impress yourself. Let me know in the comments if you will be purchasing the Walmart Birkin bag or you already have one. Your thoughts about luxury, dupe culture, and anything that I've talked about in this video. I want to wish you a happy new year. Welcome to 2025. I'm your girl, tuadior, and you are watching my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next.